Within the 10 paramitas, you will find the 6th paramita is the wisdom paramita, and the 10th paramita is the knowledge paramita, because that's what you master in those stages. So for example, if you look here with the 10 bhumis and the 10 paramitas, they correspond to each other. So the first perfect joy corresponds to the generosity paramita. The manifested, the ground, is the wisdom paramita. That's the 6th one. The bhumis correspond to the paramita. So in the cloud of dharma, which is the 10th bhumi, you master your knowledge paramita or your jhana paramita. So initially you will have your prajna paramita with your 6th, that is based on wisdom. It can be conceptual. Whereas your jhana, your 10th jhana paramita, your 10th paramita, is non-conceptual, it's knowledge-based. It's called direct knowing. So the jhana paramita is direct knowing, so it's non-conceptual. It's through experience, it's through having a direct understanding or a direct knowledge based on something, and not conceptual, that in the prajna you are in your learning phase, in your information gathering phase. Whereas in the jhana, you know what those information means exactly, what they're doing exactly, and there'll be no doubt. And within that jhana paramita system, you are able to dissolve all things into sunyata, because the jhana paramita will actually allow you to solve all the problems. You are able to properly distinguish good and bad. You're properly able to distinguish false view and correct view, and you can put them in their correct place. Whereas in the prajna, you're just gathering information. In the 6th pragya paramita, you're just gathering information. You're learning. And in the jhana, you have sufficient information so that you are able to categorize false view and correct view. You're able to categorize dark and light, or good and bad, good and evil. So in the jhana, it's basically, in the jhana knowledge, or the jhana paramita, or the cloud of dharma bhumi, is where you master the jhana paramita in the cloud of dharma, the 10th bhumi. Prajna paramita is the 6th bhumi, corresponds to the 6th bhumi, also called the abhimukhi bhumi, or manifest bhumi, or the ground, manifest ground. Jhana paramita 10th bhumi corresponds to the 10th bhumi of the dharma megha, the cloud of dharma. So dharma and megha is cloud, and dharma is dharma. So in the jhana paramita, you correspond to the 10th bhumi, and you're mastering, in the dharma megha 10th bhumi, you're mastering the jhana paramita. In the manifest ground, you're mastering the pragya paramita. So we have written wisdom, which is the prajna paramita. This 6th bhumi is called clearly manifest for the bodhisattva at this stage. All the phenomenon of samsara and nirvana are fully evident. So this is written by Petrol Rinpoche, and it just perfectly captures everything I want to say. So the 6th bhumi is called the clearly manifest for the bodhisattva at this stage. All the phenomena of samsara and nirvana are fully evident. So when you go through your pragya wisdom, when you go through the 6th ground, when you go through the manifest ground, when you go through the prajna paramita, 6th paramita, wisdom paramita, you will learn about samsara and nirvana. You will learn about this world, which is the evil world, the charnel ground, and the nirvana, which is the heavenly system. All the teachings of the Buddha, our Father in heaven, Yeshua, Son of God, Sunita, all the Takinis, all the angels. You will learn about all of that in your nirvana space. And in the samsara, you'll actually learn about all the demonic ruling forces, the reptilian ruling forces that are in this world, in terms of your direct understanding. So you'll go in and learn disclosure, mainly disclosure, witness testimony. In the samsara category, you will learn that. In the nirvana, you will learn all the wisdom. You will learn all the scriptures, everything. Because I didn't know. There were so many scriptures. I didn't know about all the Buddhist scriptures. I didn't know about any of that. So in my nirvana section, I'm learning about all the teachings of the gods, all the teachings of Christ, all the teachings of our Father in heaven, knowing their journey, understanding their spiritual work, knowing the work of Buddha, reading his work. So that's like you learning about the nirvana, you're learning about the good. Samsara is all based on this worldly system, that the disclosure of samsara, it only comes from this earth. So nirvana, the disclosure of nirvana, you can say all the information of the heaven comes directly from heaven. It comes from our Father, it comes from Yeshua, Son of God, it comes from Buddha, it comes from them. And all the knowledge are preserved on this earth. But the knowledge of samsara, it comes only from the people of this earth. So we are directly on this earth, living here as everyday human beings, giving disclosure on the samsara system, which is the suffering system. All the disclosure that we are giving of the reptilian ruling elite, they're extremely evil. They're demonic, satanic based. So they are like the samsara rulers of suffering. And we have given disclosure of that. So within your Prajnaparamita 6th, you have to learn about samsara and nirvana. So all the phenomena of samsara and nirvana are fully evident. So when you go in and learn our disclosure of samsara, that will become fully evident to you, that we are living in a charnel ground, that this world is run by Satanists. When you go into nirvana, learn about all the scriptures, all the wisdom, all the Buddha scriptures, all the work of Christ and Father, when you learn about that, it will fully become evident to you that nirvana, heaven, exists. So this is the Pragya Paramita 6th Bhumi space, and you will clearly manifest in that terms, because you will fully understand samsara and you'll fully understand nirvana. So right now we are in like a dreamlike state. Humanity is asleep, and when humanity is asleep, the samsaric rulers, the reptilian elite, they take so much advantage of your asleep state. So they will exploit your sleep state. They will deceive you, they'll trick you, they'll do all these different things to you, and you'll believe that the samsara is really good. But the samsara is actually an evil charnel ground, and they're very good at hiding that. So you will become clearly manifest in that terms that you live in a charnel ground, that what this samsara, what this world really is, you will become clearly manifest. What heaven really is, what the work of Buddha really is, you'll become really clearly manifest in that context, in that terms, because right now we are not clearly manifest. Heaven is hell, hell is heaven, everything is upside down, inside out, north is south, south is west. Everything is confusing. We are not clearly manifest, in a dream-like illusion, just floating around in illusion, and we are not clearly manifest. So the Pragya Paramita disclosure space is your opportunity to go in and learn disclosure, so appropriately learn samsara through our disclosure, appropriately learn nirvana through all the scriptures that we are teaching, or the scriptures that we are giving, or all the scriptures that we are sharing. So you'll become fully evident in samsara and nirvana in that context. So this definition by Petro Rinpoche is perfect. So whatever he realized back in the day, it's still applicable even when we are doing a completely different set of work in the Vajrayana vehicle, when we're dealing with the hardcore reptilians and directly working with them and giving testimony. Like our workspace is so different, but this realization of Petro Rinpoche, it's still directly applicable to me and my journey. And it's just, it captures exactly what I have been through and what I have experienced and what you will go through as well. So Prajnaparamita is your wisdom to go in and learn about samsara, which is the charnel ground, and go in and learn about all the great scriptures that the works of all the greats, Buddha, Christ, our Father in heaven, their works are the nirvana scriptures that you have to read. So you're evident in the heaven work. So you are fully manifest and clearly manifest in the heavenly system and clearly manifest in your samsara system. So learning of samsara and nirvana. So that's what it is. So you go in and you learn about this world and you learn about heaven. You learn about this world through disclosure. You learn about heaven through scriptures. So for me, the Prajna Paramita, I would describe it as alphabet. I'm not saying it is alphabet, but conceptually it can be described as like the alphabets, like the words when we write. So that to me is samsara. And I have compared, to contrast that, I have compared the Jhana Paramita as math. So like as numbers. So the Prajna Paramita for me is like alphabets. It's like words. When you read and you understand something in your head, you conceptualize it and you understand it. So that's like your sixth paramita, wisdom. You can understand it through the alphabet when you go in and when you read something. So the Pragya Paramita's sixth can be conceptual. They are worldly and spiritual learnings, distinguishing false and correct view with all angles and directions of Pragya. So that's what you have to do. You have to be able to distinguish what is false and what is correct, what is a false view and a correct view. So when a lot of the Buddhist people that like science, the mainstream science, when they believe that and they're not able to discern what's going on with COVID-19 or generally with science in this world, it is part of the samsara that we have to correct that science view and not worship science, because science is satanic, demonic. So we have to appropriately able to distinguish false and correct view. Otherwise, you cannot get to the jhana. You cannot, if you haven't done this properly, you cannot get to the 10th bhumi. So you have to distinguish the false and correct view, and you can do that through our testimony and our disclosure that we have given of samsara. That's why it's so important. So you have to know the worldly system and the spiritual system. They're two distinct things. They're good and evil. So you have to know that. And you need all direction and all angles of pragya. That's what she gives. She gives all the direction and all angles so that you're able to properly distinguish false and correct view of the worldly and spiritual systems, what they really are. And with the jhana knowledge, which is the cloud of dharma, 10th bhumi, over here it says, the 10th bhumi is called cloud of dharma because the bodhisattva who have reached this stage cause rain like dharma to fall from the clouds of their dharani and meditation upon the fields of beings to be trained. And that's again by Petro Rinpoche, and that's very stunning description. So all the works that I'm doing now, or all the works that all the other people have done that are giving disclosure, it's basically that. It's like rain of dharma upon the field of beings to be trained. So all the wisdom that we are sharing, the scriptures we are sharing, the disclosure that we are giving, it's basically training ground for the future bodhisattva, which is humanity during the Great Tribulation, that will be trained. And they need all this information. They need to know the difference between samsara and nirvana and clearly manifest as a samsara and nirvana being so that you can dissolve both. In the 10th bhumi, the Dharma Mega cloud of Dharma Bhumi, which is the 10th bhumi, you are mastering the Jhana Paramita. You're mastering the direct knowing. You're mastering the direct knowledge. And that direct knowledge helps us give proper disclosure. And it's not conceptual, but a proper direct disclosure, direct knowing. Son of God, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, or Jesus Christ is your bardo deity. That's like a direct knowledge. The number of sunyata is 0. That's your direct knowledge. The mark of the beast, 666. His number is 666. And he's going to do the financial system. That's a direct knowledge. So these are all jhana knowledge. So once you master your paramita, then you can start understanding the jhana knowledge system of this world. So you are able to see through, penetrate the deception, and give disclosure based on the jhana paramita. So that's how it works with the jhana paramita. It's more of the direct knowledge. So over here it says knowing direct knowledge, and I've compared the jhana knowledge to like math, like 2 plus 2 is 4, the number of sunyata is 0. The number of the Antichrist is 666. for example. So that's like a direct thing. It's directly manifest that way. So it's a direct knowing. It's a direct knowledge. It's like Satan is Mara. It's like Satan who fell from heaven. The first angel who fell from heaven, he's Mara, for example. That's a direct knowledge. Process of solving and dissolving. So in the Jhana Paramita, in your 10th Bhumi, you will solve problems like a math problem. You will solve it. And after you solve a problem, it dissolves it. That problem has no power over you anymore. So for example, if you have believed in the COVID-19, you have to go and get disclosure of what COVID-19 is. So COVID-19 doesn't have power over you because COVID-19 technically doesn't exist. It's a deception. It's a massive theater. It's a massive theater, and it's a deception at the level it was. And that's what the beast system, the fallen angel system, that's the level of deception that they are capable of. And they're all demonic based. These fallen angels are all demonic based. So if you do not properly understand what the COVID-19 is, you do not know how to solve that. And you believe that, and you buy into that, and you're tricked by that. And you believe that is true. You believe that you're sick from COVID-19. You could be sick from anything, but you believe that you're sick from COVID-19. COVID-19 could just be EMF radiation poisoning, that they can blast this EMF radiation poisoning on the masses. The radiation poisoning symptoms are the same as the COVID-19 symptoms, which is like done technologically. So if you do not understand those, if you do not understand reality, this world, the samsara at that level, then you believe that COVID-19 is real, and you do not give yourself other investigation opportunity to know whether it's an EMF radiation poisoning, otherwise, or if it's just fake, otherwise, or if it's just a telepathic transmitted diseases, because they used to give me back in the day when they were attacking me, they were giving me cold and fever on demand. So they can give me fever, take it away. They can give me cold and flu-like symptoms and take it away. So the demonics were transmitting that on demand for me anytime they wanted to. If it's like, oh, if you don't listen to me, we'll give you fever. If you don't listen to me, we'll give you leg pain. If you don't listen to me, we'll give you coughing and flu-like symptoms, for example. So it's all done that way. So the COVID-19 is like that. It can be technological radiation or telepathic, demonically transmitted. So if you do not understand it that way and you believe COVID-19 is some scientific thing, that means you have not solved it and you cannot dissolve it, and that has control over you. But once you go in and understand the COVID-19 disclosure that everyone is giving, then you're able to properly dissolve that and you solve it. And then you can dissolve that to zero. You realize, oh, so this is all fake. And that's how you dissolve it to sunyata. That's how you dissolve it to zero. And that's how you close your karmic account. That's how you solve your karmic account incrementally. So this is non-conceptual. The Jhana Paramita is non-conceptual. And it's a direct knowing and a direct understanding. And for me, it's more direct than direct, because it's like non-conceptual for me is the way, because the way they deal with me is direct. So when they give me fever, when they give me flu-like symptoms, that for me is experience-based. That's direct knowledge, direct experience. So I can come in and be like, hey, that COVID-19 is fake because these guys are giving me COVID-19 symptoms on demand. So COVID-19 is fake, so they can just give it to you and take it away. Like they'll give me a fever-like symptom and they'll take it away the next day. So they'll just do it to threaten me. It's like a weapon. So they have weaponized cold and fever. So they'll just like transmit all this fever symptoms and then immediately take it away. So that for me is non-conceptual, because I'm directly dealing with these beings. So that's what non-conceptual knowledge is. That's what direct knowledge is. It comes from experience. It comes from knowing. It comes from being part of the demonic system and how the demonic system deals with you directly in terms of your body. So not just your mind, but also your body, like giving you fever, giving you headaches, giving you dreams, making you hot, making you cold, different things, making you hungry, making you feel like not eating food, making you feel like eating too much food, giving you all this food cravings, for example. So they can do all that. They can will the human body and mind. So every emotion that a human being can feel, these demons, they can transmit that, whether it's through technology or telepathy.